Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Underdog Lord, just on the confused, and I watched Napoleon Dynamite. But before we start, happy birthday to my sister. She's today 25 years old. So happy birthday to her. But yeah, I watched Napoleon Dynamite. First of all, the intro credits, very unique way of showing it. Also, who the fuck is Kip? We saw Kip, in the movie, but who is he to Napoleon? Is it his brother, his cousin, nephew? How are they related? And also, Kip, is, in Dutch, Kip, legit the word kip, or the name Kip, means basically chicken, So, the first time I heard on South Park with the Facebook episode, Kip, I thought, oh, funny, that means chicken in Dutch. So, now you have learned the Dutch word. Anyway, let's just start with the fucking movie. Napoleon is standing in front of his house, on this, the path that you have in front of your house on your lawn, He's standing there. He looks to his left. Then opens his trapper keeper. Keeps it up close. Looks inside it. And then the boss arrives a few seconds later. The door opens. He gets in, walks all the way to the back, and sits, on the chair. Well, on the bench. But when he's walking through the bus, those are children. He is, maybe high school or something like that, I don't know. But those are definitely children. Why the fuck is he going on a bus for children? At first, when I saw that, I thought, well, wait, is he going to a special school maybe, for that he is that mentally retarded that he has to go to a special school, Possible, but no. So he sits on the bench, and the kid, next to him on the other bench, he asks him, so what are you gonna do today, Napoleon? And he says, gosh. That way he says, what I usually do, or what I want to do, gosh. Then opens the window and opens his trapper keeper, and there's a toy inside. He picks it up, unravels a kind of cord, and throws the toy out of the window and let it dangle behind the bus like Indiana Jones in one of his movies. And we're going to leave it at that, because if you want to know what's going to happen next, you have to watch the movie yourself. I have seen Indiana Jones, not the newest movie, not the most recent movie, but I have seen the other three. The other three movies, I've seen them once. So, it's also, Indiana Jones is also still coming to the channel, because I want to see the newest one. Are there 4 movies? I definitely have seen all of them, except for the most recent one that just came out. When we saw Napoleon for the first time run, at first I recognized that run. Then I thought, who runs like that? Who runs like that? Tina from Bob's Burgers, Tina Belcher. She runs just like that when she's upset, with the arms, next to her body, all the way running. Very fun to see. Maybe inspired, When Pedro at shaved off his head, and when they were at uh, Deb, her house, she had two of the three. She had mannequins, with a wig. But when we got a quick shot of the mannequins, two of the three mannequins looked like Michael Jackson. That's just enough. Also, I've never ever played Terrible. That game that you had on the playground, with the ball and the ball on a string that you have to slap across and that you have to go. I've never ever played it. I've never seen a ball like that also here in the Netherlands. So we don't have it here. As far as I know, we don't have it. But as far as I know, you don't have korfball. So that's a typical Dutch sport. Well, Dutch invented sport. It's basically basketball without the dribbling, without the bouncing with the ball. It's just passing the ball, and it's not a net, but more of a basket. Funny, you call it basketball, but you don't use a basket, you use a net. But obviously, back in the day when it was just invented, they used probably a basket. And also, are the golf the golf kids from South Park, are those how they speak, are those maybe inspired by no. South Park was since 1999, this is 2004. I thought this movie was older. I thought this movie was maybe also in the 90s, so maybe not. Nah, never mind then. Maybe his speech is maybe inspired by the golf kids. That's a possibility. Just who came first, because they kind of sound alike. But probably from Bob's Burgers, that is a possibility, because that was, I think, later came out. That said, I could leave that, because I give this movie 3.75. It was a decent movie. I just couldn't give it a high, very low, or 4 out of 5. The 4 out of 5 was just too high, and a 3.5 was just too low. So it gets a 3.75. Nice in between. Don't forget to leave a like, recommend a good 2004 comedy down below in the comment section, or high school movie down below in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel, come join the Discord, and for tomorrow we're gonna get Maxine. So that's the third movie of the Pearl franchise. We did the first two movies, Pearl and X, at the beginning of the channel when I just started out 2-3 years ago. So I watched it out of order, because I watched first Pearl, then I watched X, but apparently I had to watch first. I have to watch X, then Pearl, and then Maxine. But who cares? Well, it's tomorrow, Maxine, and see you guys tomorrow.